these proposed regulations are outdated. They don't have current law in it. There are several case laws that address the federal versus state issue that you supervisors were asking about earlier. They're not in the white papers there, but there are several cases from 2008 and 2009 that address that issue, one of which came when this county didn't want to participate in the federal or the state ID card program. Took 5 years in a California State Supreme Court case out of San Diego, which finally said local municipalities cannot rest on the fear of federal preemption to not comply with state law. Those cases have been reiterated in California judicial system several times and keep saying that local municipalities cannot ban just based on their fear of it being illegal federally. Their job is to comply with state law, and the judiciary will take care of any type of federal issue or conflict. That's been resolved in several cases. That's not mentioned in the white papers. The Association of Police Chiefs white papers, when they were originally drafted, were used in seminars that were used to promote advertising to different jurisdictions and municipalities how to eradicate medical marijuana from their area. So there is a certain slant to those papers. Mr. Jimenez, I appreciate that you looked at the 2,500-foot buffer zone with the sensitive receptor areas, and that would effectively be a de facto ban. Like I said, we've asked for reasonable regulations under this proposed draft. Doing away with edibles totally would mean that cancer patients, if they wanted to use cannabis as medicine, would have to smoke. Most cancer patients, the serious of the serious ill qualified patients, use edibles. There's other ways to regulate edibles. You can require them coming from certified kitchens. You can require random testing of the products, which the majority of the dispensing collectives do now. They require them to come, even though you guys haven't told us to do that, they require it for the safety of the patients. So there are ways to address that besides banning it totally. Seriously ill people and the elderly, they use cannabis as medicine, relying on that. The other thing is, Sheriff Mintz was speaking about increased crime, etc. Two of the longest existing dispensing collectives that are over in Tarpey Village have been there in excess of a year. And my knowledge from the overhead that she put on initially as far as crime calls, as well as my own investigation into both those places, none of them have had any secondary law enforcement effects. That there may have been a alarm going off or something, but those areas, since those collectives have been in there and being run properly and with proper security measures, have not increased secondary law enforcement effects in those areas. So what I'm afraid of is that there's some statistics, some myths being put out there to you as facts with no substantiation through any solid facts, and that I have issues with. I think what you need to look at is what's actually happening with the dispensing collectives here in Fresno, and not using statistics that are put out by the federal government or anywhere else, but look what's happening right here with these people that have been regulating themselves when the city of Fresno and the county of Fresno didn't want to. Thank you.
Can I ask one question?